Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is the Way West Stand, and we're joined, as always, by Rhett Conway. Rhett, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Brian. I just watched Tottenham lose.
Yeah, so this is an Arsenal show, but we're recording after the Wednesday night game, so we're going to start off there. Rhett, where do you want to start?
I think you got to start with the Tottenham loss. I think the Tottenham loss to Man United. Um, Tottenham now are still a game. They're a game up on Man City. They're still tied with points. You obviously expect Man City to win every game. So just to bridge that gap, hopefully a little bit more every time Tottenham drops points. It's been a long time since we had a Sir Totteringham's Day. For those of you who don't know,
Yes, what is this?
Arsenal used to finish above Tottenham every year without fail, to the point where when it was mathematically impossible for Tottenham to finish above Arsenal, it was called Sir Totteringham's Day.
Okay.
And it was like an ad hoc celebration that Arsenal fans went through. Like everything that came back to bite us, they finished above us the past couple times. But man, every time they drop points, feels weird to cheer for Man United goals. But if it's against Tottenham, I guess I'll make it.
Yeah, so obviously that's great for Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal, they're killing it, right? We couldn't have picked a better time here to cover them. But are there any other teams you want to talk about before we get into Arsenal?
Yeah, the Chelsea Brentford game was another really big game. I mean, match. Excuse me. We know this is
We're Americans. You have to forgive us.
yes, we're Americans. We're trying. It just we get talking about it. We get it. It's a match. It's played on the pitch. I understand the offside rule. I guarantee it. However, the Brentford Chelsea match. I mean, Arsenal went in and scored 3 on Brentford, and Chelsea went in and couldn't get one past. I understand why they went with what they did. I'm an American. I obviously wanted to see Pulisic do well. Pulisic did do good, but they walked away with 1 point, and we walked away with 3 in the same fixture. And that's just another. We talk about Arsenal a lot, and everyone who's ever heard me talk about sports knows I'm an eternal optimist. I do not think that Arsenal's going to win the league. The goal is top 4. Top 4 gets us Champions League money, gets us Champions League players. Every time Tottenham and Chelsea drop points, that's another step closer. And at this point right now, when people are actually starting to talk about title contending, you got to be happy every time the guys below you drop points. Now, Man United picking up 3 points, maybe not the best. That puts them at 19 with 10 matches played.
Yep.
We have 10 matches played. We're at 27, so that's an 8-point cushion.
Yeah.
But
Not to brag.
points,
Not to brag, but
not to brag, but 8 points over 28 remaining matches. That's not that big. That is not that big of a gap. So not in love with that, but you always feel good when Tottenham lose. I mean, I wanted to start this with we hate Tottenham, we hate Tottenham, we hate Tottenham, because it's you always love watching them lose.
So I guess we can talk about Arsenal now. They picked up a 1-0. Is that the right way to say it?
1-0.
Win in their game against Leeds United. Leeds United, they're 16th place. Can you kind of tell the audience how they are, what this win kind of means? The last 5 on Google, it shows like the last 5. It looks like 3 losses and 2 draws. So maybe not the best team, but can you kind of set the stage for this game?
So Leeds United they're a much better team than 16th place.
Okay.
I do not know if they're a top half team. They're probably 11, 12, 13th. To dig a little bit deeper into the last 5, one was Arsenal, who's top of the league.
Yep.
The other loss was away to Crystal Palace. No one likes going to Selhurst Park. Selhurst Park is very hard to play, which is, as Arsenal fans know, we started off the season with a 2-0 win. Great way to start. We lost that fixture last year. To give an idea, no one likes going to Selhurst Park. In fact, there's a stat, I don't remember off the top of my head, but Man City did not beat Crystal Palace for the last 2 years or something like that. They're a sneakily good team.
Yeah.
Drew to Aston Villa. That was a scoreless draw. That's a very Villa match so far this season. They need to get rid of Steven Gerrard. The other loss was away to Brentford, which Chelsea just dropped points at too. Now, Leeds United is they're not a very good team, but they're a good team. They're a team that I do not think is going to get relegated. I know right now they're out of the relegation zone for the sake of goal difference and nothing else. But they're a good team, and I know that there's a bunch of Arsenal fans listening right now saying get to the actual point, which is we are the first team to beat Leeds at home this season.
Okay.
Chelsea lost 3-0 to Leeds. In Allen Road, at Allen Road, they are a hard place to come out, and they came out and they played us really, really well. They played attacking football. They wanted possession. They did not try to sit back on the counter. They pressed hard. They made it incredibly difficult. And I think the second half really showed that. I mean, the first half, I'll happily say it. We scored because I have no idea what Rodri was doing. I haven't seen a ball change sides of the field in our favor like that since we had Ceballos on loan. It was a perfect change of field ball, and then Saka just took advantage of it, and that's exactly what you want him to do, and that's what good teams do. But if we look at the second half, you have a goal that gets disallowed by Bamford almost immediately, within 2 minutes of the second half starting. You have the penalty shout. They were offsides in the build-up. But you have the penalty shout that happens, and it was a handball, that's true, but they were offsides. And then you have the second penalty shout, which thank God for VAR. Oh my God. If Gabriel got sent off and they had a penalty for that, I think I might have lost my mind. I would have gone screaming. He fouls our guy in the box and gets a penalty out of it. I would have lost my damn mind. But it was a very hard fought game, and it was the first game this season that we actually lost the expected goals battle. That being said, it is an incredibly hard place to go. And I understand everyone says, well, we won last year, but Leeds is playing really, really well. And I am elated to come out of there with 3 points. And then to immediately follow it up with Liverpool beating Man City. Now we have a 4-point gap. Life could not be better as Arsenal fans. It just couldn't.
Yeah, no, top of the league, 27 points. As you said, with 28 matches to go. So let's not get too excited yet, but still can be happy with it where it stands right now.
To win the league is going to be 95 plus points.
Okay.
At least. It used to be if you got 90, you were assured the win. But with Man City as good as they are, 95 plus, I bet some people are even putting that higher. The record is 100 points. Liverpool, when they overtook Man City in the pandemic year, that was 99 points that they won. I mean, to give you an idea, the maximum amount of points you can possibly win is 114.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we're talking near perfection.
Yeah.
But also, we had an invincible season, 03 and 04, and through the first 10 matches of that season, we had 8 wins and 2 draws. We have 9 wins and 1 loss. 1 loss where we won the expected goals battle, by the way. And we have more points than that invincible season did at this point. Are we going to win the league? I don't know. But it's to the point where I actually want to say I don't know instead of no.
Right.
I get to put 2 words in front of the word no, and I get to change the spelling of the word no, and that makes me feel really happy. The World Cup is going to change so much. And I'm going to put this right out in front. I am not rooting for anyone to get injured on any team. But City's got a lot more starters for nations teams than we do. I mean, none of our Brazilians even got called up.
Right.
And it could be the great equalizer. On the other hand, to play devil's advocate, Holland, he wants to score everything constantly. He is going to not be in the World Cup because Norway didn't make it. Of course, I know neither did Odegaard does not either. But if he picks up his knock, because he always gets the knock this season, he's just one of those guys. If he picks up his knock right before the World Cup and he gets to rest all World Cup and not miss any games, that could very well be in City's favor.
Right.
So I have no idea, but what I do know right now is if we lose by 10 on Sunday and Manchester win by 10 on Sunday, we'll still be top of the league. And that is a damn good feeling.
Definitely. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, anything else you wanted to mention on here?
Europe. We got to talk about Europe.
Okay, let's talk about Europe.
Not only were we the first team to beat Leeds at Ellen Road all season, but Bodo Glimt, who is this tiny little Norwegian team, they live, not even play, they live north of the Arctic Circle. I forget
Right.
exactly the number. I think it was 19, maybe 18 straight European victories at home. It was tough. It was cagey. The goal was off Saka's chest, and he did not mean to score that way, but that's still another 1-0 win. And
Yeah.
that is huge. I mean, the way Europa League set up, if we win the group, we get to skip the first round of knockout stage. And with how congested everything is, especially with the Queen dying and all the English fixtures getting even more congested, that can be huge. Absolutely huge. And of course, the big thing is going to be how we play against PSV. And we have PSV tomorrow. It's a 1 p.m. Eastern game. They are definitely the threat in the group. They are a very, very strong team. Cody Gakpo has 13 goals and 11 assists through 18 matches in all competitions. And I know people say, well, that's the Dutch league and that's, a soft Europa table, but it's going to be a big match. It's going to be a big match at the Emirates, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's one we should win, especially because we have Southampton on Sunday. But it's going to be a big match. So,
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that. Other than that, Rhett, what would you like to plug while we're here?
so before we get to the plugs, I want to go over relegation battles as always.
Oh, yes.
Especially because right now, oh buddy, are they spicy? Leicester City, 5 points, 20th. I can't believe they're going to end up there. I can't. They might.
It's a long season. Yeah,
It is a long season. Nottingham Forest, of course, they have a game in hand. Nottingham Forest and Wolves have both played 11 matches. Leicester's only played 10. Nottingham Forest, 6 points. They broke the record for the amount of new signings. And I think a lot of those guys are going to be playing the championship next year. I did not think that to start the season. I really thought that what they did was good, but it has not shown up on the field at all. Wolves is another team. Heard a rumor they want to go after Nuno again. They want to get him back. They're not looking great at all. You have Leeds and Villa, two teams I think are gonna stay up, but they also have 9 points, same as Wolves. They're ahead on goal difference. It is tight. I mean, 5 points separate 9th from 18th right now. That is just over 2 games.
Yeah.
3 points separate 12th and 18th. It is tight. It is way too early to call. Everton's gonna have to start showing me something though. I still think that I don't believe. But yeah, I think Nottingham and Wolves are starting to show that they may be favorites for relegation.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that. Like you said, Leicester City, that's wild. They're so far down there. But they did get a win somewhat recently, 2 games ago, or matches ago. So maybe they're going to turn it around. We'll see.
Yeah, 3 scoreless draw against Crystal Palace on Sunday. Lost to Bournemouth. That's a game they cannot be losing.
Yeah.
They cannot be losing to the Cherries like that. Their win has been against Nottingham Forest. Apart from that, they got smashed by Tottenham. They got beat up by Brighton. I don't know, man. I think Brendan Rodgers needs to be shown the door.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All right. Now, what would you like to plug while we're here?
So for anyone who may be in the capital region of New York or in the Albany area, I am putting together a Arsenal supporters group. I have been in touch with Arsenal America. I have the requirements in place. I think that we are going to be able to fulfill them before the World Cup.
Oh, very exciting.
I am going to miss, unfortunately, the next 2 Premier League matches. I missed last week against Leeds. I'm going to miss the Southampton game, and I'm going to miss our next game, which I believe is Nottingham Forest. I am going to be hopefully watching the Southampton game with the Orlando Gunners, which should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
But yeah, if you guys are anywhere near Albany, New York, and you want to come see a match, we're going to have people there on Sunday. We're going to really grow this group. And then anytime around the World Cup, come hang out. I plan on making every USA game plus any other game I can make. So that'll be big.
And
We're
where
on
can
Facebook as Albany Gooners. We have a group, and then I'm going to be starting a Instagram group very soon.
perfect. So that's
And
very
yeah,
exciting.
if not, reach out on the YouTube channel if you can't find either of those things, but you want to be a part of it, and I'll hit you up.
Yeah, we'll put links and stuff in the description to this video to where you can go. So yeah, that's really exciting. I love that. You'll have to like give us the inside scoop on all the fans and get us their reactions to what's happening in the game. But yeah, very fun. And yeah, you can follow me online, not in person. Can't see me in person. I don't leave my house. I'm making too much content all the time. But you can follow me online at the Fake BMAR. That's BMARR. Tweeting about sports, tweeting about House of the Dragon a lot. That's pretty much all I do there. And then you can follow the channel on Twitter at Wicked Good Sport or at WG Everything. Instagram, Wicked Good Everything. Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Good Everything. I think I'm going to be streaming some Pokemon soon. New game coming out. Very excited. So I haven't played Legends Arceus. I've been playing Sword and Shield and then the Diamond and Pearl remake, but not the new one. So check us out, twitch.tv/Wicked Everything. And then we're on Instagram, Wicked Everything. And we have a website, wickedgeteverythingsports.com. Every Sunday morning, I do my picks of who I think is going to win in the NFL. Haven't been doing great, but I think right now this is just the information gathering stage of the season, and hopefully as the season goes
stages.
on, yeah, because there's a lot of
NFL is always a mess. You don't know what you're dealing with yet.
Exactly. There's a lot of teams I thought were going to be better than they are. Packers, Buccaneers, of course. And then there's teams like the Eagles, who I thought would be okay. Didn't think they'd be 6-0. There right now. So.
Giants look good.
I know the Giants are 5-1. The NFC East. We wanted to trash it, but Giants 5-1, Cowboys 4-2. Commanders suck, so there's still that. And Carson Wentz just got hurt. But yeah, it's been a fun season so far. Not specifically for me covering the Dolphins, which I do on this channel, Miami Minute, because every game one of our quarterbacks gets hurt. Not fun, but hopefully that's behind us.
You're going to be taking one of the ushers out of the stadium real soon. It's getting rough.
Yeah, it's getting bad. As you said, you're an optimist when it comes to sports. I'm a pessimist, and that's because of the Dolphins, quite frankly. They've beaten me into submission. But yeah, check that out. We have Ryan filling for Jack on At the Buzzer, covering the Celtics, and of course Chris is covering the Bruins here.
Bruins off to a great start, 3-1 start to the season.
Yes, so
looking at the first 4 games, I did not think that the game we dropped would be the one in Ottawa, but
yeah. It's unfortunate, but yeah, for in-depth stuff, stay right here. And then any other like general weird news, we'll probably cover it too in any of the major sports. So, Rhett,
and if you're nerdy and like RPGs or tabletop games, we also have on our main channel Show Saving Throw coming out. We have recorded 3 sessions so far. We have a 4th tomorrow. I do not know exactly when the release schedule is. I'm not sure anyone does, but it is coming. We are working on it.
Tamora and I had a meeting last night, and we're kind of figuring out what our plan is for divvying up the editing on that, and then how many we want to have in the tank so that we never fall behind on releasing stuff, because that's important.
And it could very well be one of those things where we decide that we want to get a season's worth of content before we go forward. But we are working at it. We are constantly working at it. Keep on the lookout for it. When it actually drops, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep, I think I've bought a lot of props. You'll see. I'm gonna shoot an intro for it, and I bought a lot of minifigs. I bought a lot of like fake weapons, crowns. It'll be fun. So stay tuned. That's the main channel. We could get everything, and yeah, thanks for checking this out, Rhett. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Brian.
And we'll see you all in the next one.